Good morning, Bob. And of course, our co-host Bite is with us today. Hi, Janine. How are you doing? Thank you. Very excited about this. It's a good move. Long time coming. The truth is, I knew for a couple of weeks that it had happened, but I had to kind of keep my mouth shut. The boss didn't want it getting out until it was officially announced, and it isn't actually officially official until the offer letter is presented. I mean, I've been sitting on this for I don't know. I knew this was coming like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, because the person who resigned and made the space available for me told me, early on before anyone else knew. It was basically the boss knew, the other lead knew, and I knew, and that was it. Yeah, I worked Silo Screams the last 2 nights. It may be the only time I'm going to be able to do it this season because of the work hours and all that, but we're on maintenance cycle at work right now, so it was a good time to do it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know your girlfriend whether she's into the corny jokes or not, Eric. Good morning, Connie. Yeah, and actually, I had a blast last night. Probably had more fun on Silo of Screams last night than probably any other time I've been there. I was in a really good location in the incinerator, and basically, if things worked out well, I got to scare people twice. And so that was a lot of fun. And it was a good position, because I knew they were coming. I could see them coming, but they couldn't see me. And I could jump out of them, get the jump scare, and then just kind of follow them around in a really creepy manner, and then get them again. And so that was fun to be able to do that. I had a blast last night. And it was nice and cool out last night. So one of the things that's sometimes a problem in the silo is, there's no air conditioning in there. And so if it's a hot day, you get in there and it's 90, 100 degrees in that thing. You're in there for 3, 4, or 5 hours. It's brutal. So it was nice that it was cool. It was nice that I was in a part that didn't have a roof on it. So there was kind of air circulation in there. It was really nice. I had a great time. I was kind of sad that it was when it was over. Good morning, Spaniel Mom. Mike keeps wrapping or wiping his nose on me here. My mom's good. My mom's good. I guess she was hoping to visit the doctor this past week, and I guess the doctor was out for a few days. So, uh, I think she's getting close to the point where she's ready to go home again. And I think maybe she was hoping that the doctor's visit this time would do that. And I guess, like I said, it's put off for a couple of days, but that just means she thinks so that she'll be extra healed when the time does come. She says she enjoys that the weather is changing a little bit too, so she likes being outside. Thank you, Spaniel Mom. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I probably won't be assigned to a line for a full day, but yeah, I'll still work the line from time to time when if somebody needs to go to the bathroom or something like that. But no, my duties will be for the most part be online work at this point. I still want to do it a little bit just to stay fresh because one of the things I think makes me good and useful as a lead is the fact that I can act as other people. I can act as an operator. I can act as a mechanic. I can act as several other roles, including the material handler. So part of that is practice and keeping up with it so that I can keep my skills up. So it will. I'll probably insist on doing that a little bit, just so I can make sure I can continue to do it. It ain't like riding a bicycle. You got to practice in order to keep your skills up, especially when there's a possibility that things change. I did. I had a blast at Silo last night. I was in the incinerator both nights, but I was in a better place last night, and I had a real good time doing it. In fact, the night went by, just flew by. It's like I remember looking at the clock. It's like, wow, I've already been here more than an hour. And I looked again, and it was 2.5 hours. It was like, wow, we're almost done. Now we're kind of early in the season at this point, so there aren't these nights yet where the gates close at 11 and there's 1,000 people inside the scream waiting to get through the mazes. When they get closer to Halloween, they'll be there until 1:30 in the morning before it finishes. Always getting excused from school. That's always a good thing. Do I have a goal where I want to be at the company? No, I just want to. I like variety. I've told that to my boss. I like to get new abilities and train for new things. So we'll go where we go. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore, so I don't have a lifetime to work into an upper management position. But we'll see where we go. Jordan got a new car. Well, that's probably good. He drove that last one into the ground. For a while there, when he traveled for vlogs, he'd fly places. But I think he realized that there were a lot of things to see along the way, and if you fly over everything, you miss it. And when you have a car, you kind of have your own schedule. If you can just suddenly decide, hey, I want to stop here and see what this is, you can do that. I really enjoyed when I drove to California last year. In fact, um, if I drive somewhere again, I'm going to add a little extra time just for unexpected stops. Hey, that might be a fun place to stop and see what that is. You never know. Yeah, it sounds like Eric's kind of figured out what he wants to do in life. Eric, they say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. That's what they say, at least. Yeah, if it wasn't for the gas prices, an RV would be the way to go. I don't know. Rhonda's been here the last couple of weeks. So I'm guessing she had to work today. When do I put out my Halloween stuff? I do Halloween stuff the day of, so it isn't out for very long. It's out, it goes out the day of and it's down the day after. It's not like Christmas where I put it up Thanksgiving weekend and then pull it down New Year's after New Year's. It's only up for a day. Yeah, my mom's parents had an RV at the end of their life. Yeah, the only thing you really get with the RV is uh, a little, you don't have to rent hotels, but you still have to rent a place to park it, and the gas prices are going to kill you. So, I mean, unless you've got just a lot of extra money to burn, it isn't really the way to go, I think. I haven't really talked to Jordan about why he does puts his live streams private. I know a while ago what he would do is he'd make his live streams private for because he didn't want people to know where he was. But I don't know what his um, I don't know what his reasoning is right now, and I don't know if he makes them private or if he just deletes them. That's an option too. Who's my celebrity crush? Oh, I don't know. I always thought Jennifer Aniston was cute. I got to pick someone close to my own age, otherwise it seemed really creepy. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate it. Yeah, a long time coming. Very happy about it though. It's some good money too. I was really it was a lot more money than I was expecting it was going to be. I had this minimum level. In fact, I even talked to the lead I'm replacing, and she told me what she expected. It would be, and it turned out to be more than that. In fact, it's funny, and I'm still trying to figure out why this happened. But uh, the company came up with one number that they were going to offer me, which was still more than what my minimum was. And the boss said, "No, we want more. We want more than that." And then they came back and increased it even more. So I don't know. I don't know exactly why that happened. I can understand if the company wants to do it here and the boss wants to do it here, that they'd negotiate something in the middle. You know, but the company offered this, the boss said this, and they did this. So I don't know. Well, I got a theory what happened. I told you that about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, during the COVID thing, the company stocked up on a bunch of equipment, anticipating perhaps that we might have supply chain issues, and they wanted to make sure we had the stuff that we needed to, um, you know, uh, operate, even if we couldn't get the stuff we needed. And then that stuff got forgotten, And I basically kind of took over that when they decided, hey, this stuff's about to expire. We got to use it. And the day before uh, I left, before I got got the offer, I sent a email to the person I'm working with, who's kind of my coordinator for all this, letting him know that to date we've saved about $56,000. I'm guessing he passed that off to some other people, um, and that may have influenced. Somebody else stepped in and says, "Okay, more even." Is it about 20%? Is it about 10%? It's almost 20%. It's the single biggest raise I've ever gotten in my life within a company. I mean, when I went from DMI to Warner Brothers, that was a bigger raise, but that was me leaving one company and going to another. You know, this is the biggest single raise I've ever gotten in my life. You go with Miley Cyrus, huh? I think Miley Cyrus was cuter before she got all the tattoos and did all the weird stuff. She was a beautiful young lady. Not so much anymore, I don't think. Well, yeah, you know, I think the problem with Disney is I don't think any of the managers were qualified for the job they had, and so I think they were intimidated by me. I think they thought that, you know, I might have taken over and made them look bad. I really think that's what happened. I know it's really nice to have a company that looks out for you. Oh, there's Rhonda. We were wondering if you were working today. Good, now I can take a break. Well, wages don't seem to have kept to be keeping up with inflation. I don't think that's as much of a factor. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Rhonda. It was funny. I was in Home Depot yesterday getting a couple things, and they've already got the Christmas decorations out. Yeah, the creepy doll will be in the front yard. I was one of the things I was doing is got these steps that kind of go up to my house, and and I was kind of, you know, checking the steps to see how level they are, and I found one of the steps that is pretty level, and the platform I built to hang the swinging girl on is about is the right size to fit on those steps. So yeah, I don't know how long Christmas stuff has been up at Home Depot, but you know, it's got one section where they got the Halloween stuff, and another section where they got Christmas stuff up. It's weird. Yeah, that's good advice, Jordan. You know, the hours I work on the days I work will be more, but for the most part, you know, my days off will hopefully be the same. You're thinking about getting a tattoo. I've gone my whole life and don't have a single tattoo. It's not that I'm anti-tattoo. It's just I can't imagine. I can't think of anything right now that's so important that I want to remember it the rest of my life. I think the thing I got going with me in term for the new job is I'm somebody that will work to get the job done, but I'm not a workaholic. I work to live. I don't live to work. There's some people, including the person that I am replacing. I think one of the reasons that she decided to leave the department is she was working so hard, and doing everybody else's job that, eventually it began to burn her out. And the lead I'm going to be working with and myself are both kind of people that we're going to do our job, but we're not going to do everybody else's job. In fact, one of the things that I started doing when I became material handler was I took over purchasing of supplies for the department. And this person who I'm replacing, who was sort of the workaholic, was doing everybody else's job, is telling me right now, don't don't make the same mistake. If because if you do it, um, you know, then everybody's going to expect you're going to do it. And she says, if you're going to do it, the condition should be is I'll do this, but now you need to do something else for that you're entirely responsible for. And I get that. Besides, my understanding is the work level I'm going to get with a new job is going to, there's going to be so much going on that I'm not going to necessarily have uh, time to be purchasing anymore. So we'll see. Yeah, yeah, Rhonda, we can tell how much you love your job. At least nobody throws anything at me. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to maybe do, Lindex. I started doing the purchasing when I became the material handler, and um, now that we have a new material handler, I may offload the purchasing onto him. It just something had to change with when I got in there because there were two people that were doing the ordering and they weren't communicating, and it was just causing a mess. Yeah, yeah. Basically, everyone on the line now answers to me and the other lead. Did you put something on the Facebook page, Spaniel Mom? Okay, let's see what we got here. It's safe for the audience, right, Spaniel Mom? that your doggies or your doggy, I guess, singular? Yeah, I guess so. Those don't look like spaniels to me. Enjoying the pool. Does the dog go in the pool? I do want to go visit Jordan. I know I keep saying that, but I owe him a visit. He's visited me 3 or 4 times here. Does not like the pool, huh? Kind of like Jaw. Jaw likes lounging around the pool, but doesn't like going in the pool. That may be a little bit my fault. I don't know if I get a picture of this up here or not. Spend a minute, see if I can find it. If not, then we don't. Let's see here. Yeah, that might be it. This was before Jordan started vlogging, but there was a time that he joined me in San Diego with my parents, and he came down with Jaw, and Jaw was riding around on a stand-up paddleboard that I have, and Jaw fell into the water once, and I don't think he likes the water after that. But he really seemed to enjoy being on the paddleboard though. That was a picture my dad shot. The cats jump in the tub with the girls. See that's what surprises me. Cats don't usually like water. Handsome guy on the paddleboard, yeah, but everybody loves Jaw. Thank you, I appreciate it. When these guys were kittens, I was just trying to get them used to me. You want a kitty treat? Of course you do. You like the kitty treats, don't you? Okay, that's enough. Oh, and for the rest of you here, just for you. Well, I start training with my supervisor now until she. Well, technically, her transfer has already gone through. So when we come back from the shutdown, which will be this Thursday, she should already be over there. But I think she's going to kind of bounce back and forth a little bit. Um, but she's been basically training me honestly for the last year and a half, but really in earnest in the past month or month and a half. From the point where it was decided that I was going to be a serious candidate and all that. You're not into cats, huh? How's Silo of Screams going? Silo of Screams is good. Unfortunately, because of my work schedule, I haven't been able to go as much as I'd like to. And I don't know at this point if I'm going to be able to go any more this season, just because, you know, it was sort of, I get off of work at 7:30, and Silo of Screams is in Temple, which is about 20, 25 miles away, and it starts at 8. So the only way I can really do Silo of Screams is if I blast out of work at 7:30, and that just doesn't happen very much anymore. It hasn't really happened a lot since I started doing the material handler, and it's not going to get any better. I did do it this past weekend though, because we're on maintenance cycle at work. So Um, I wasn't working either Friday or Saturday this week, so I could go. And I had a blast last night. I had probably more fun doing silo last night than I probably had any other times. And it's not like I don't like doing it. I enjoy doing it. It's just it was really a perfect night last night. It was nice and cool out. I was in a really fun part of the maze, and it just worked out really well. I was talking to John a little bit about it and about my future. And my role on Silo may change, and we'll let you know about that in in the upcoming months if that happens. I talked to John about it. He says that he's open to the idea, so we'll talk more. I'm looking forward to seeing my billboard. That's supposed to go up to tomorrow, so that may be what my yeah. I haven't seen it. All I've seen is the picture, and I showed you the picture a few weeks ago. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. That's what the billboard is supposed to look like. Get it centered right here. So, like I said, that's supposed to go up tomorrow. And I'll definitely go take a look at that if I can. I have a pretty good idea where it's going to be. This isn't going to be like a full size billboard. I think the billboard is 10 feet by 20 feet. So there's one area in that area where there's two of those 10 by 20 billboards, uh, right where John said it was going to be. And yeah, that's it. My next blog is going to be doing some more ice cream. What's the location? The location is Waco Drive and Industrial Boulevard, and there's like a Dairy Queen right there. If you kind of know the area, it's kind of there's let's see, what is it? There's like um, where that it's a little bit, what is it? A little bit west of where that bin drop used to be, Eric. If you've ever been there, I think you know what I'm talking about there. Now it's like a Christmas and holiday store, but it's about half a mile west of that on Waco. I think it's right above. There's like a Dairy Queen on that intersection. How did I get involved in the maze? I went down there to vlog it one day, and I didn't know how busy it was going to be, so I showed up like an hour or two ahead of time because I wanted to be like first in line. And I was wandering around inside the grounds, and John came up to me and says, "Oh yeah, we're not open yet. You're gonna have to wait outside. And so you either gotta go outside or we're gonna put a mask on you." And I said, "Well, that wouldn't be a bad thing." And at the first time, they said, "Oh yeah, you're not allowed to take pictures or video inside the attraction." So I was kind of disappointed in that. But when I got done, um, I came out and reported what was inside each of the mazes because I just couldn't record inside the mazes. And John really liked the fact that I respected their rules and didn't just try and sneak stuff. Um, and at that point, it wasn't long before I was working at the maze, and then he asked me if I'd do a video, and got to the point now where I'm allowed to video inside the maze as much as I want. So that's how it all kind of started. And this was, I guess, my fourth year. Yeah, because I'm coming up on my 4 year anniversary at work, which will be in March. And I did it the one year before I started working. So yeah, this is my fourth year. I don't know how much those bulletin boards or those billboards cost. There's something there called Phantom Farm. Yeah, there's another haunted house that's here in Waco that ever since I've been, following the Silo Screams Facebook page, I'm getting advertisements for them too. Haven't been to that one, but I've driven by it a few times. Haunted Realtor, where is that? You have to bring out the fire pit. Yeah, we're getting to that season. It was nice and cool last night. And yesterday was a beautiful day to be out. I don't think it got much above 70. There was a cool breeze all day. It was just a really nice day to be out. Well, look who's back. You want more treats, don't you? Yes, you do. He always needs more treats, don't you? Yes, you do. The girls just called to say, tell Uncle Breck hi. Hi, Charlotte and Logan. Hope to see you soon. Called from the bus. All right. Are they watching on like a cell phone or something? It was a new thing that that YouTube started doing. I noticed it last week on the live stream where they're taking a little bit more of an active role um, in terms of putting the ads in. In fact, I get a little indicator on the screen that tells me when an ad is about to come up. I noticed one a few minutes ago. They're on a tablet. Okay. Hello, Nancy. Yeah, it has been a long time. Glad you're back. Sorry, I got cat hair all over me here. Grandfather hated tattoos. They said it looked like putting a bumper sticker on a Bentley. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. Cat hair is the worst. And you think we're getting into fall now? You think they'd be working on their winter coats? They wouldn't be shedding so much. You shed worse than your cats. Yeah. Well, I got the kitty brush, but the kitty brush seems to make more fur fly than less. You'd think after a while you'd get all the loose hair off, but doesn't seem to work that way. Yeah, and that's one of the things I'm a little disappointed here with the women in Waco. So many women in Waco have tattoos. That just seems to be a Texas thing. There wasn't as much of that, I think, in California. Yes, there were some, but usually they were a little bit more subtle. A tramp stamp or something behind the ear or something subtle. But You see women, that have like total sleeves going on here, and it's like, ooh, what are you thinking? Like I said, I've gone almost 60 years in my life without getting a tattoo. Yeah, I don't have any piercings either. I don't know. Maybe it's just when I grew up, but that just wasn't the thing. Tattoos. Maybe I know a lot of people have tattoos, and I could seriously consider getting one. But like I said, the question is finding something that I know is going to be important to me for the rest of my life. Yeah, exactly. Just I think it's a little unattractive on women. That's just me. It might just be an old fart. Yeah, they were some sort of the same way with Disney. They didn't want any visible tattoos. The thumbnail, that's my offer letter for my job. I had to censor it because there's a lot of things in there I don't want public. But yeah, that's the offer where they're offering me the position. Probably didn't come in very well because thumbnail is kind of small and the text is kind of small, but that's what it is. Well, Disney even kind of loosened their standards, a bit. They still don't want any tattoos, but for the longest time, I couldn't have this. And so a lot of time, I had just the mustache. You could get away with a mustache because Walt wore a mustache, but they loosened up the standards a few years ago. I think that was all part of Disney beginning to go downhill. Disney still does that, or at least they were doing that. I don't know exactly what their rules are now. Yeah, I know standards are going downhill. Yeah, wearing hoodies in Congress. Yeah, I know that's crazy. I do think it was better when there were standards, but that's just me. Like I said, I'm an old fart now, so I'm that crazy guy screaming at the kids to stay off my lawn. There are some additional benefits. I mean, the benefits package is pretty much the same, um, whatever, but it's a bump in salary, and I guess I'm eligible for a little larger bonus now too. There's nothing wrong with sweats if you're like exercising, but wearing a hoodie into the Capitol building when you're a congressman, I'm sorry, that's just maybe I'm just old, but that's a standard we should not cross, I think. Like I said, I'm just old. Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna make jokes about somebody in their mental condition. It's not funny. It's sad, but yeah, they should be satisfied with the abolishment of the powdered wig mandate. Yeah, that was whatever. That was the style of the time. But yes, Nancy, I did get the job. The position came through. What was it? I got the email. What was it? On Thursday? I guess it was on Wednesday. I got the email, but I got like a verbal offer on Tuesday from the boss, and then on Wednesday I came in, and the written offer was in the email. Well, I mean, it's concerning that somebody like that would get elected. Yeah, yeah, it's the same company. I got a major promotion. I'm basically a lead in my department now. So it's a good move within the company. Came with a nice bump in salary. Yeah, well that's it. He got elected because he was the last man standing, and the people said, anybody but a Republican. Yeah, I've been able to do repairs for quite a while. A lot of things aren't necessarily repairs, but just knowing how to work the machine out of the problem. It's a very complicated machine with a lot of moving parts, and sometimes something gets out of sync, and it's just a matter of knowing how, what buttons to press in order to get it to get back into sync. But a lot of times, when a problem happens with a machine, I'll be the first to go there because maybe the operator can't uh, vocalize exactly what the problem is, but I can go there and assess what the problem is, and then contact the mechanics and say, here's what it is, here's what you need to fix. And so that's something I can still do. Thank you, Nancy. I'm really happy myself too. It's been a long time coming, but it's a good move. I've made some good moves in this company. Exactly. And a lot of times, like I said, the problems are just the machine gets out of sync. So somebody, we have limited mechanics, so if somebody else can go onto the line and solve some of the problems, that, are easier to solve, then that just allows the mechanics to, focus their efforts elsewhere. No, I'm still hourly, so I'm still eligible for overtime, which is good. No, the storage locker wasn't that much. I think it was like $50 a month. So that was a good. That was also a good deal. I've been, like I said in the video, I've been thinking about getting a locker for some time, and the thing was, I knew this raise, at least the raise. I didn't know it was going to be this particular thing until recently, but I knew, even from the beginning of the year that I was up for something else. And I kind of said to myself at the time, when that something else happens, I'm going to get a storage locker to offload some of the Halloweens and Christmas stuff. It's nice to be appreciated at the job. It's been a long time since that happened to me. Well, I think there's also sort of a personal motive on the part of local management. They know I'm good at the company, and they know if they give me a position, a nice raise, and take care of me, that one, I'm going to want to stay, and two, now that I've got this promotion, I'm basically committed to the department for another year. Yeah, definitely going to have to buy more rocks. These are some of the new ones I got. I got this one in the shop the other day. I really love this one. I just saw this one. I couldn't say no to that. That's called blue kyanite, and I love the sparkly nature of it. So I saw that and I had to get that. I actually walked into the store, um, and I was just picking up something else last week when I did the live stream. I told you that um, the Rock Store has what they call flash sales now, where they basically just show you a picture of something, and if you want it, you can buy it. And for the most part, it's been like shaped things. You know, I'll show you some of the stuff that they've got. Let's see here. I'm gonna keep backing up here. There we go. Those are actually kind of cool. Those are um, what are they? What are they called? Pink Mangano dice. And I've actually thought about getting some of those. Those I got a piece of Mangano calcite, and it glows bright orange under a black light. But a lot of stuff that they got is like this. And I'm not really into the shape stones. I like more natural stones. You know, that's a piece of what is it? That's fluorite. Okay, I guess I thought that was an amethyst, but it's shaped like a dragon head. They do a lot of things where they shape things. You know, pyramids. They like the pyramids and stuff like that. They call those towers. But I'm not really into those. I think that ruins something when you take a natural stone and turn it into something else. It's just not my thing. But they showed this thing, and this was the first thing that they'd shown that was just a natural stone. And I saw that, and when that first came up, I said, "Okay, now you're talking." And I won that one. That's a nice piece there. I really like that. That's called apophyllite. And then there's like some pink stones along the edge. And I guess they call that peach stilbite. But I just love that piece. That's just such a beautiful piece. I like the shiny crystals. But like I said, I think that thing's beautiful. In fact, it looks really nice in the camera too, how sparkly it is. Well, that is one of the things that the boss has said to me. Um, that he likes the fact that he can count on me to be there. You know, I haven't called in sick once this year. You know, I'm not tardy. I don't forget to clock in or clock out. No, no, that stone doesn't do anything under a black light. That's just beautiful by itself. It doesn't always have to do something under a black light. Well, and I've always been kind of a fan of collecting rocks, but it's only gotten worse in the last 8 months or so. Ever since I went to that rock and mineral show, um, we just opened Pandora's box, and I'm getting rocks all the time. I already have a pretty massive collection. I mean, you can see it all over there. All of that, that's all rocks along there. I probably got 30 or 40 specimens back there, picking up a couple new things every week. Oh, it is definitely cool when it does fluorescent, you know, under a black light. I definitely like that. I mean, I've shown you some of my black light specimens. Let me get a few things here. Bring the light over here, and I'll show it to you. Hang on. Ah, too old here. Gonna take a couple trips, so hang on a second. Let's see, what else do we got here that does cool things? That. Got to get the light too here so you can see the whole effect. So this is a shaped piece I got. Like I said, I'm not generally into the shaped pieces, but I love this one. I actually got them looking for a raw piece of this. This is called Uperlite, and this one does something really cool. Look what happens when you hit it with a black light. The crystals glow yellow on it. So that one's a cool one. And remember, I showed you those dice that are made out of Mangano calcite. This is a piece of Mangano calcite I have, and look at what this does under a black light. It's washing out the camera, but it glows a kind of an orangish pink color. I mean, it's pink by itself normally, but yeah, it looks really beautiful when it gets hit by a black light. And this piece here seems just rather boring and you know, uninteresting, but look at what that does. Look at the green on that. I don't know if you're even getting to see it very well, but there's like green and blue crystals on there that you can see a little bit. And that's really cool. And of course, this thing's kind of cool looking to begin with, but look what happens. You know, those crystals turn purple when once again the camera's not doing a good job on that. But those just glow bright blue, bright purple when you do that. I like that one. And this piece, that's just a very simple looking geode, but the crystals inside kind of glow green when you hit it with a black light. And so that's really cool. And of course, I've shown you this a couple times. This is my piece of kryptonite. This is just called fluorite, and it does some very, very cool things under a black light too. So, you know, like I said, I got a few specimens that do some fun things under a black light. Oops. That one's heavy too. That one probably weighs 10 or 15 pounds. You got to catch up on some of the comments. Yeah, Lindex. I still want to do the display case, and it's going to go underneath that table. I'm still kind of working out some of the details in my head. I was talking to my mom about it, and one of the things I've been holding off on is I want to wait it until it gets a little cooler out, because then it's nicer to be working out in the garage. Going to Tulsa to pick up a new mower. All right. Yeah, fortunately, with the help of Jeff Kidd, I was able to fix my old mower. So don't need a new mower right now. Mine's working really well. And I mean, it better, I've only had it for a couple of years. Yeah, I'm really happy with the collection. But like I said, these are the new pieces I got. Like I said, I really like that one. That's my apophyllite. I like the I like how shiny and reflective that is. And then, like I said, I really love this kyanite. That's just a really beautiful piece. Well, I guess when I was showing you the UV reactive things, I didn't show you this one. This one is another shaped piece. Like I said, I'm not generally into the shaped piece, but I love how the stuff in there glows green. Most of it is just doesn't do anything under the black light, but that one little crystal there just does some really cool stuff when it gets hit. Like I said, I'm not really into the shaped pieces, but sometimes I'll make an exception if there's something that's really cool. What's my favorite rock in the collection? I don't know. I really like the kyanite. That's something. That's a new addition. Let me see. Let me go look over the collection here and let's see what I got. A lot of times things change based on I get something new and it's like, oh, that's really cool. That's my new favorite. I think right now my favorites are. I showed you this one recently. This is a piece of pink Lemurian quartz that I got, and they had that a few weeks ago in there, and I couldn't afford it at the time, but I went in the next week, and they still had this piece, and so I nabbed that, and that's just a really beautiful piece. Look at all the little crystals in there, and you look closely at the crystals; they're like really clear. A lot of times, crystals kind of have kind of a milky appearance to them, but these are it's like glass. Really beautiful piece. I love that. That's my Lemurian quartz. And this is my vanadinite. I like that too. I like all the little crystals on that. So yeah, those are the highlights of my record of my rock collection here. I did have a problem with a lawnmower a few months ago. The little fuel shutoff switch. There's a solenoid that kills the fuel to the carburetor, and that switch failed, or the solenoid failed. And my first thought was that I just had a clogged fuel filter and just wasn't getting anything through it. And I replaced the fuel filter, and it didn't do any good. And I know Jeff is kind of a whiz when it comes to motors, so I called him and FaceTimed him a little bit, and he suggested the little solenoid thing, and we did testing of that, and it wasn't working. So I was able to replace it for what, 15 bucks from a part I got on Amazon, and the mower's 100% again. But yeah, I did do a video on it. You can go back and check it out. I'm pretty good with certain technical things, but I'm not really that into motors and engines and stuff like that. So I don't know as much about that as I wish I did. But fortunately, Jeff does, and Jeff was willing to share information with me, and he gave me the time I needed and saved myself a lot of money because it would have cost a lot more to get that thing, taken someplace else and have them fix it and all that. Yeah, it kind of does look a little like root beer, doesn't it? It does feel really good when you can do it yourself. I agree. I don't know. It just depends on when Jordan's in the area. He knows he's always welcome. Always got the spare bedroom ready for him and Jaw. Now the TV in there works right, so you won't have to worry about it coming on in the middle of the night. That was an issue there for a while. Yeah, I never did figure out what the problem was. That the TV would just randomly come on when it was back in the bedroom. There'd be nobody in the room when all of a sudden the TV would be on. And I decided to figure out what it was. I took it off the wall. I brought it out here into the living room, hooked everything up. It didn't do it out here. Put it back in the bedroom, and it's not been a problem since. I have no idea what that was. Yeah, maybe it was ghosts. Must have scared the ghosts away when the TV went away. Maybe this is one of those poltergeist things. They left and they left in the 4 hours the TV was there gone and never came back. I don't know. It's weird, but like I said, it might have just been some weird connection or something. Something wasn't connected exactly right, and pulling it out and plugging it back in again solved the problem. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what could have caused. I considered the fact that there was some sort of interference. Now, you know, so it shouldn't be related to cell phones or even people's TV clickers because all the remotes now on TVs and stuff like that are infrared, so it's light. So light doesn't shine through walls. It isn't like the old days where it was a radio frequency. It's infrared now, so there shouldn't be the possibility of that. And since TVs and the VCR and the DVD player and the Amazon Fire Stick are all uh, infrared, you know, that should, uh, they shouldn't be susceptible to radio frequencies like cell phones or stuff like that. So it kind of goes to wanted me to know they were there, but not to frustrate me. Maybe. Or maybe they just figured out I was on to them and that's why they stopped after I took things apart. Yeah, I think pool's closed for the winter now. We'll be covering it up pretty soon. Water's getting a little bit too cold to be in it now. I mean, I suppose I could still get into it. I bet you it's probably only down to about 80 degrees, but I'm only really comfortable in the pool when it's above 86. That's about the minimum I like to be. We're gonna have to figure out what the future of the pool is this year. Yeah, I agree, SG. That was the best thing I did is getting out of Disney. In fact, I was talking to my mom the other day about it, and I said, I almost sort of kind of wish I'd left earlier, but who knows what would have happened if I had left earlier and come here. That doesn't mean I would have landed in this job. I might have landed in another job and it might not have worked out as well. Maybe I needed just to go through the whole Disney thing to the end when I did and do things when I did it because it just turned out this job was the right place for me. And like I said, that job may not have come to be. I might have ended up someplace else and, might not have been happy. So, I mean, I almost got a job at ABC TV and I was thinking, it was like, okay, that would have been sort of interesting, but, my job would have been watching the satellite downlinks of some of the network shows. I would have had to watch The View every day. Can you imagine how punishing that would be? I wouldn't wish that on my enemies. 55 out? Yeah, they were saying it got down in the upper 40s last night. I don't know. I wasn't outside that much, but I'll tell you, it was nice in the silo. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. It was just right. I mean, I think I would have learned some good things at ABC and perhaps could have risen out of that too, but you know, I think my political views probably would have been a problem over there. Granted, this wasn't like, ABC in New York or ABC in Los Angeles. This is a small ABC affiliate in Waco. So, who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have been as big a deal there, but I still would have had to watch all that nonsense that they call entertainment. So I am glad I didn't get that one. I'm definitely glad I didn't get the Lowe's one now that I know who Lowe's is. And I came really close to getting a job with Ferguson making toilets. Nah, I don't know if that would have been for me either. But I landed right where I needed to be. It's a job where I feel like I've accomplished something. It's a job where they appreciate me, and it's a job where I have a future. That's important. Yeah, you're right, Lindex. Sometimes, sometimes it's just certain things are meant to be. Things were destined to happen in a certain way, and they did. It is. It is a backbone of America type job, and it was a really good job because it wasn't. It was something that was deemed essential during COVID. So I didn't. If anything, I benefited from all the COVID stuff because they gave us a bonuses for coming in. During the whole thing. So that was a good thing. The job, I never was at risk losing my job during that time. A lot of people weren't lucky like that, like I was. I made Rocky Road ice cream. It was good. Still is good. I didn't have a Rocky Road ice cream recipe per se, but there was a chocolate ice cream recipe, and I just put almonds and marshmallows in it. This is part of the reason I kind of laugh at people that get all bent out of shape when there's a possibility the government might reach some impasse and have to shut down for a short period of time. The government didn't have any problem shutting down the economy. Where was their concern for that? All right, YouTube, this will be a perfect place for an ad if you're going to do one. Yeah, I saw the two of them were shown to me. I think what they're doing now is there's a little indicator on the lower right part of the screen right here that I see that you don't see. That says, "Hey, there's going to be an ad in 30 seconds" or something like that. And I've seen that pop up twice. And it says some people may see ads. I don't know. I don't know if that means that they only show it to people who are actually watching free YouTube and not to those who have like YouTube Plus or whatever that is, premium YouTube, where they pay and then don't see the ads. I always think it's funny that I have to watch ads to watch my own videos. Yeah, there's a few people around here that say that they have YouTube TV. I think we were talking about that a little bit last week because that was the first time I started seeing the little warnings that an ad's coming up, popping up on the screen, and so I said, "Oh yeah, okay." They say 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, two, one, and okay. Anyone see an ad? No, I didn't see one. I didn't see one. So I don't know. But then Lindex says she's seen two, and I've seen the little prompt come up on the screen twice. So hey, bye. Okay, so Susan has the subscription. She likes it because music and movies and all that come up uninterrupted. That's I think would be the big thing. Scott hasn't seen any ads. How's the vodka? Yummy. Vodka. Yeah, I dumped cable a few years ago because I wasn't watching it. Yeah, I don't know. Rhonda must have tuned out. I thought the girls were coming home. Yeah, you can pretty much find anything on YouTube. I remember when I got that the grass clippings catcher for my lawnmower, and the instructions that came with it weren't that clear on how to put it together. And I found a video on YouTube that walked you through it. Oh, Rhonda dozed off. She's back now. I just wasn't watching cable. There's no reason to. I think in the time that since I moved to Waco, I had the TV on 3 or 4 times, and most of those times were just me verifying that the cable was working. So I got another one of these prompts saying now that there's an ad coming in 25 seconds. So we'll see. Have a good church, Gene. See you next time. Ron only watches YouTube. Okay, 5 seconds from the ad. Let's see what happens here. All right. right. I don't know. Did anyone see an ad right there? No ads, huh? Hi, Yvonne. Okay, yeah, Lindex got an ad right there. It was right where I said it would be too, right, Lindex? Motorcycle insurance lawyers. I love it when it's a Disney ad. You rode on the bus? That sounds like fun. Yeah, so, well, I guess technically you did ride in the bus, huh? Riding on the bus, that means like sitting on the top, doesn't it? Yeah, I laugh when I see Disney ads too. I think if they knew my channel was called Escaping the Mouse, they'd probably say no. Gene saw a Walgreens ad. Okay. I love it when we can do things like that, Scott. Like I said, I that was how I put the grass clipping catcher on my lawnmower. Just found a video that walked you through the whole process. Never been on a bus before, huh? I think the only time I've ever ridden on a bus was when I would go to school. Yeah, exactly, India style. My mom's still at the rehab place, but I think she's hoping that they're going to let her come home soon. I think she wanted to visit the doctor this past week and was, I guess the doctor took a couple of days off and couldn't visit. So hopefully the next visit she'll get to go home. I know she's ready. She's doing well. She's enjoying that the temperature has finally dropped a little bit. Let's see, what's her text here? I know she sent one here. I kind of read that a little bit. Sorry, Jordan sent me a text. I saw a little bit of what it was. It's pretty funny. Okay, my mom says, "Hi everyone. Can't believe another week has flown by. It'll be Christmas soon. Weather has cooled a bit, so it's nice to be outside. I was hoping to be able to put some weight on it. She means her foot, but the doctor was sick and wasn't in that day. I have an appointment next week, so hope we'll be pretty well healed by that time. I'm ready to be back in her apartment. Hope that everyone has a good, safe week ahead. Charlotte Logan, hope your week is great as well. I think of you so often. You're growing up, I'm sure. Love you." And then she asked how my work week went. So yeah, there you go. That's the whole thing. Love, Carolyn. Well, we had buses, but we didn't have like I lived in Orange County all my life, so that's all you really had was buses. There wasn't any like light rail system in the area. Gonna fly soon. That's fun. Girls don't have to take the bus to school. They'll walk down the hallway. Perfect. It's gonna snow there this week. Wow. I think I can hear Nibble snoring in her room. Yeah, I'm guessing she's gonna have to start thinking about her Christmas letter here pretty soon. I gotta do something for her too because she wants me to get a picture of me for her Christmas letter, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go down to the Waco Suspension Bridge some night and get a picture of me standing in front of that. I think that'll look cool. Walk to school a mile and a half. It was uphill both ways in the snow, right? You're 15 minutes from school or 15 miles from school. It took an hour because of all the stops. Yeah, I suppose when I went to school, it was like just one stop. And we all just went to the bus stop and we all got picked up and driven right to school. The Silo Screams photo for my mom. I was thinking of sending her the uh, the Street View picture from Google. I thought that would be funny. I don't know. Let's see if it's even still there. I would assume it is. It was like Austin and Fifth. Yeah, I mean that'd be a good Christmas picture, right? Look at that gut. Hi Tracy. And Bite is back. Nobody. Of course, whenever it bites here, the cat fur flies. Kitties are on your lap again, huh? You get a cat that sucks your toes. Oh, your shirt. Okay. All right, Eric's back. Now we can continue again. We put the whole thing on hold because he wasn't here. Hey, buddy. That's right, Eric. This is your channel, 100%. Ah, thanks, Tracy. Yeah, go take care of your bro. Posted one of Midnight sucking her finger, huh? Because who doesn't want to see a picture of a cat that sucks? Yeah, there's me at Silo of Screams the other night. Guess it hasn't popped up yet. Oh, okay. No, this is, you sent it a picture a while ago. There it is. Well, they'll grow up. They always do. Yeah, I got a wax burner going too right now. I think I pretty much used up that little chunk of wax, so I'm gonna have to put some more in. Gonna go pick up Jessica on Thursday, and your hubby said no more cats. Is Jessica the reason there's new cats all the time? Apple cider donuts, those sound good. Now, I never thought about Fruity Pebbles scented wax. They were dumped at the group home. Okay. Yeah, Jessica, no more kitties. Somebody else gets the kitties now. Somebody else's turn. I can't believe people do that to animals. That's sort of how these two ended up in my life too. I think somebody just abandoned them in my backyard. And 16 and a half years later, they're still with me. Can you believe it? This one's old enough to drive. Yeah, I just got the two cats and and the tortoise and whatever wildlife's in the backyard. That's me. That's right. The only cats are their own Sunday talk show on Waco. A talk show that they don't talk. Do you, Bite? You don't say anything, do you? You don't even look at the camera. Obviously, you're more fascinated with what's going on the desk, aren't you? Yes, you are. Weren't allowed kids when you were, or pets when you were kids. You overdo it now. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, Nibble's just doing her thing. I saw her this morning. She just prefers to hang out in the bedroom. Rhonda's a grandmother, huh? Yeah, that was my question, Lindex. Lifelike baby doll, huh? Okay. That's cool. As long as it makes Jessica happy, that's great. The doll's named No Laughing. They're heavy, so are the real thing. I guess I've seen those too. And yeah, they do look and feel real. She named it Spook. See, as a Star Trek nerd, I would have gone Spock, but that's just me. Well, let's hope we don't have a rerun of the lost internet we had last week. My internet was up and down for the next day or so after that. So whatever happened last week, that was on my end. And that's what the no laughing part of is about, right? Okay, Rhonda's going to post a picture later. You call it Kate. Okay, well, that's a little better than Spook, I guess. Thank you, Gene. Yeah, we're coming close to the end of this here. I'm seeing that YouTube's about to place another ad here, so you told Jessica you're not going to call it Spook. Yeah, there we go. Spook's here. Yeah, that would be a little strange. So give me another ad in four, three, two, one, now. I guess I'm glad I don't have to watch them. It'd be really bad if I had to watch ads on my own live stream. Yeah, I do that with ads too, Yvonne. No ad for Steve, huh? Licorice ad, okay. All right. Well, since we got that last ad in here, I put in my 2 hours, so we're gonna pull the plug on this one. Oh, Brett got a Disneyland ad. How awesome is that? I don't know what happens if someone skips the ads. But anyway, I think we're done for this one. Thanks, everyone. Had a good day. I'll see you next time. I'm going to go take a nap again. Have a good one. Good night.